Question 2. Given that A is equal to -2, 3, 4, -1, and B is equal to -20, 30, 40, -10, Roman A, find A inverse B, Roman 2, hence or otherwise write down the inverse of B. We have been given matrix A to be -2, 3, 4, -1. Then Roman 1, we have been told to find A inverse B. So the first step, we say that A inverse B is the same as A inverse times matrix B. So the first step is to calculate A inverse. In order to get A inverse, it is very important for us, first of all, to get the determinant of A. Determinant is gotten by the product of the main diagonal, which is -2 times -1, minus the product in the other diagonal, which is 4 times 3. And this determinant will be -2 times -1 is +2 minus 12, which is equal to -10. After getting the determinant, then we say that for any matrix A, B, C, D, inverse is normally must be given by 1 over determinant into D, A minus B minus C. Meaning for any matrix ABCD, the inverse is given by interchanging the values in the main diagonal and then changing the sign of the values in the other diagonal. This therefore means that for us to get A inverse will be given by 1 over determinant, which was 10, because it was negative, write negative. Then for the main diagonal, which was occupied by -2 and -1, we interchange the values so that we have -1 and -2. Their positions have changed. For the other elements in the other diagonal, we simply change the sign, so that when we multiply, we are going to have 1 over 10. -1 over 10 times -3 will give us 3 over 10. -1 over 10 times -1 over 4 will be 1 over 4. It will be 4 over 10. And -1 over 10 times -2 will give us 2 over 10. We can leave it at that point, or we can simplify it by saying that A inverse is equal to 1 over 10, 3 over 10, 4 over 10 is the same as 2 over 5, and 2 over 10 is the same as 1 over 5. After getting the A inverse, we proceed and get A inverse B. So A inverse B is the same as A inverse, which we have gotten, times matrix B, which is equal to, our A inverse is 1 over 10, 3 over 10, 2 over 5, 1 over 5, times matrix B, which is given as -20, +30, 40, and -10. When you multiply all the values, we are going to have 1 over 10 times 20 plus 3 over 10 times 40 Then 1 over 10 times 30 plus 3 over 10 times negative 10. There are lower values. We are going to have 4 over 10 times negative 20 plus 2 over 10 times 40. The other side, 4 over 10 times 30 plus 2 over 10 times minus 10. This will be equal to 10, 0, 0, 10. This is the value of A inverse B. That is the answer for part 1. For part 2, we have been asked to get the inverse of B. We can let 10, 0, 0, 10 to be x. Then it means that A inverse B is equal to x. So for us to get B inverse, it will be equal to x inverse A inverse. So we must first of all get the value of x inverse. And our x is 10, 0, 0, 10. So to get the inverse, to find x inverse, we proceed as follows. We get 1 over determinant, which is 10 times 10 minus 0, which is 1 over 100 multiplied by 10, 0, 0, 10. This will give us 1 over 10, 0, 0, 1 over 10. But to get B inverse, we say that B inverse is equal to x inverse A inverse, which is equal to 1 over 10, which is 0, 1, 10, 0, 0, 1 over 10, which is x inverse. We multiply by the A inverse which we had gotten earlier. Our A inverse was 1 over 10, 3 over 10, 2 over 5, 1 over 5. This will be equal to B inverse is equal to 1 over 100, 3 over 100, 1 over 25, and 1 over 50.